Hey everybody, it's Karen Marrow coming to you from my home office here in Dalworthington Gardens, Texas. And today I wanted to ask you, how do you deal with toxic people and toxic emotions, as Deepak Chopra has said? I'm going to share a story with you and show you how I deal with toxic people. Yeah, they do show up every so often. I don't know where they come from, but every so often they'll show up. But I had a very busy day at work, very stressful, and I was coming home from work and wanted to get some groceries at Costco. So as I was checking out, I realized I had forgotten some fish, and so I told one of the workers there that I had forgotten. She said, go ahead and just check out, and then when I bring it to you, we'll just put you back in line. So they handed it to the guy, and he was checking me out again, and I was just swiping my card there, and there was this couple behind me. I didn't really even see them, and this older lady was just very irate with me because she said, oh, she's just blocking the way. And I was like, wow, okay. And then as I got my card, she had her cart, and whoever was helping her walk, I said, ma'am, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to get in your way. And she said, oh, you absolutely did mean to get in my way. And so, oh my gosh, first of all, your ego just gets in your way because you're like, I'm like the nicest person in the world. I would never like block somebody's way on purpose. And so first of all, your ego's like, you want to be right. So here's my message. Don't let anybody throw you off your game. And how do you get rid of that? Because just your ego kicks in, and you want to be right, and you're mad at that person. And then, as you know, when you're walking out the door, they have to check your receipt. And so she was right ahead of me then, and she said to the guy that was checking our receipts, just mentioned something about how horrible I was, and I got in her way. And then again, my ego kicks in, and I'm like, oh my gosh. But what I do is I want to get rid of that emotion of, I guess it's the need to be right, and just anger at that person because they misunderstood you. So I'm going to tell you how I deal with it, and it's just the most amazing thing. Because when I left that store, I was kind of like, gosh, I can't even believe that woman was so rude to me. And she's thinking the same thing about me, well, how I could have been so rude. So what I did, the first thing that I always do is this is after I got into my car, I picture that person, and I tell that person, lady, I don't know what her name was, lady, I forgive you for, and then I just list out what I forgive her for. And then you imagine that person saying back to you, thank you, Karen, I set you free now. And you just keep going through that until you start to feel better. I felt a little better, and then I use what's called the Sedona method, and I'm telling you, this is the most amazing thing. You can just get rid of your negative emotions. So the first thing that I released on was the need to be right. And all you do is you bring up the situation in your mind, and then you say, could I welcome in wanting to be right? You answer yourself, yes. Would I welcome in wanting to be right? Yes. And then you answer yourself, when? I just did that wrong. Hold on. You say, could I welcome in wanting to be right? Yes. Could I let go of wanting to be right? Yes. Would I let go of wanting to be right? Yes. When? Now. Just keep going through that. And then I realized I wanted her approval, because usually you don't want people to say bad things about you, that aren't true. So then I released on the need for wanting her approval. So that's another part of the Sedona method. You could welcome in wanting her approval. Could I let go of wanting her approval? Yes. Would I let go of wanting her approval? Yes. When? Now. And by the time I got home, I had totally released that woman. And at the end, I always do this to everybody. I wish for that woman extreme wealth, incredible success, perfect health, divine inspiration, and peace. And I remember that incident happened, but I have absolutely no reaction towards it. I have forgiven that woman. She's out of my mind. I don't come home and tell my family about it. I don't tell all my friends about it, because I want to release that negative, toxic emotion as quickly as I can and bless her, forgive her, and then I can return to a state of happiness and peace. The Sedona method is the most amazing thing in the world to let go of negative emotions, because you're going to have toxic people show up in your downline, people that you work with, everybody. You might run into these people. And how do you deal with them? That's how I deal with them. And I'm going to leave a link. Click on the video here, because it's going to give you a link to the video that I did that explains the Sedona method in a little bit more detail. It's helped so many people. I have lots and lots of comments on there. People just watching that video, how it's helped them in their life. And if you want more tips on personal development, click on the link below this video and leave me a comment. How do you deal with toxic people? How do you let them go out of your life? So that's it for today. I'll talk with you soon. Bye now.